Hey everybody, this is Donyetta Green, and tonight I wanted to do my first video where I wanted to address some questions that I had been getting in reference to the Daily Money team. And I made myself some notes here because I wanted to make sure that I addressed everybody as much as possible, and I addressed the majority of the questions that I had been receiving. So hopefully this answers your questions and makes you feel comfortable to partner with me and all that good stuff. So give me 1 second, guys. I want to make sure. Okay, perfect. That's what I needed. All right, so the first thing is, like I said, this video is in reference to uh, what a company called the Daily Money Team, DMT. So you may have seen DMT some places, or Daily Money Team, but that's what DMT means, Daily Money Team, right? And so a lot of people are like, well, what are these offers? How does this work? Is it legit? Are these real work at home jobs? How do people get paid? What are you actually doing? So those are the questions that I want to answer tonight. So number one, the reason why I decided to join with, our partner, I should say, with the Daily Money team was because at the time I left my job. Well, I didn't leave my job, but I left my job out on medical leave. And what happens is your income, I don't know if you guys know this, but what happens is your income drops to 60%. Well, I work for the state of Georgia. So my income dropped to 60%. But my bills didn't drop to 60%. I still had 100% of my bills that I have to pay every month or every 2 weeks or whatever the case is. And so I had to figure out a way that I could supplement my income that would not take me away from my family. I have a set of twin girls, and they are four, but I still wanted to figure out a way that I could supplement my income as well as, keep them involved in things that they were used to being involved in, and still live the life that, we always live, that there is no lack in our home. So that's really what made me seek out DMT, or a company like DMT, which I ended up finding Daily Money Team, because and they were just what I was looking for. So, all right, so the first question again is, who or what is DMT? All right, so I just said that. I said it a couple times, Daily Money Team. And one of the other reasons that I really love this company, these guys are so like just pay it forward type guys. Brent and Will Sanders. Well, it's not Brent and Will Sanders, Brent Miller and Will Sanders. And they are the founders of the Daily Money team, but they were given a vision. And I love it, that love men that have visions, but they were just given such a beautiful vision that anybody could take part in. And their vision is to provide jobs to those who are in need. They're providing 1 million jobs by the year of 2015. And so I just thought that was so wonderful, because the value that they pour out, the trainings and the inspiration and the motivation and the personal development, it's not just, hey, do this, and they just let you go. You know what I mean? So that's what DMT is. That's who DMT is. So hopefully I answered that question. The second question is, what are the free offers about? Okay, so basically, we are in the advertising business. And the way that I like to explain it is, you know how, and I found this to be very true because I do it myself. Like, I love The Young and the Restless, right? So when I can't look at it like live, I'll record it. And when I record it, like, I'm going through every last commercial because I want to know what's going to happen next. I don't have time to watch commercials. I don't want to do any of that. So these Fortune 500 companies, they realize that, they know that with these companies like Comcast and DirecTV and all that stuff, that there's DVR, which means that people are wanting to fast forward through a lot of stuff. So like the microwave, we want the quick, fast thing. So that means that these Fortune 500 companies, they have to think outside of the box. They can't really rely on commercials as much as they used to before, because before we had no choice but to sit there and watch the commercials. And at that point, we may have seen, oh, I need to try that new mop. Oh, I need to try Netflix to get some movies for the house. Oh, I need to do X, Y, and Z because we saw a commercial, right? Because we didn't have the tools and the equipment to fast forward through the commercials at that time. Now that we do, these Fortune 500 companies, they realize that. So they're thinking outside of the box and saying, okay, what's another way that we can advertise? So backing it up a little bit, we are in the advertising business, right? Where Fortune 500 companies actually pay us to do the advertising for them. And we make a certain amount, anywhere between $20 to $100 per person once we, help them. And I'll get to that part. But yeah, we're in the advertising business. So that's what the offers are about. These Fortune 500 companies are saying, okay, hey, we got to figure out another way to get people to try out our product and our service. What's another way to do it versus outside of the commercials, right? Outside of billboards and all that stuff. So, um, that's what the free offers are about. All right. So the other question I get is it legit? Is it a pyramid? Is it a scam? And I think this is like the funniest question for me because people can go, and I'm not being judgmental. Trust me, I am not being judgmental because this was me at one point. People can go to a job that is companies, what is corporate America, and not to say, again, not to say anything bad, but corporate America is like the biggest pyramid. How many CEOs can there be in one company? 9 times out of 10, I'll go on a limb and say 10 times out of 10, you're not going to find more than one CEO. Why? Because they have a COO, right? They have the chief executive officer. Then they have the chief operating officer. So basically, I remember and I'm going off a little bit, but I remember an organization I used to work for, like the CEO would be like out on the main scene, and it was a nonprofit organization. So she was the one talking to the donors. She was the one trying to raise money for the organization. She was the forefront of the organization. There was not two of her, it was only one of her. Then the COO stayed back at the organization to make sure the daily method of operation was running smoothly. You see what I'm saying? So people talk about, is it a scam? Is it is it legit? The reason why they're asking that is a couple of reasons, I believe. We're so conditioned to think that the security that has been painted for us as real security or somewhat security, we rely more on that than ourselves, right? So, and I'm not saying, okay, some of you may have been scammed. I've never been scammed before. I've never, had anybody to take my money, and I've never seen them or talked to them again. So, I don't wish that on anybody. But to answer your question, yes, this is very legit, and I don't want to go too long with this video, but this is very legit. It is not a scam. There's no way that Fortune 500 companies like Blockbuster, Equifax, come on now, Equifax, Netflix, Discover Card, really? Come on now. They cannot ruin their reputation, because if they do, then their sales go down. Nobody is going to want to be a part of anything that they have to offer. So no, we are 100% legit. Next question is, how do we get paid? All right. So the way that we get paid is one of three ways. You can either get paid through PayPal, right? And I tell people up front, if you get paid through PayPal, unless you have the PayPal debit card, you do have to wait. Like, your money will go to PayPal that day. But if you are transferring your money from PayPal to your bank account, then that may take, depending upon your bank, maybe 3 to 4 days, right? The other way is snail mail. The company will cut a check, and I believe it's like on Monday or Tuesday. They'll cut a check, and then you should have it, whatever, like 7 to 10 business days later. Okay, so forget it. You don't have money for Friday. Hang it up. Then the way that everybody pretty much gets paid is through direct deposit. Whenever you help somebody and all that good stuff, you get paid that same day. It goes into your account. There is no waiting, none of that other stuff. So, and again, you make anywhere between $20 to $100 per person. Yep, that is per person. For the most part, the newbies that come in their first week, they make anywhere between $100 and $500 for the week. And folks who are veterans, they make anywhere between $1,000, I would say roughly $5,000 a week. And granted, like all of this does depend on your work ethic, how much time you put into, like, not how much time you put into it, but whether or not you want to work part-time or full-time. We have some people that really want to work just strictly part-time. Like me, I have to work part-time. I'm not in a position, especially with my kids being so young, I'm not in the position to dedicate full-time hours, but I get full-time pay pretty much. So it works perfectly for me. All right, so last question that I'm going to close out on is, what do we do? All right, plain and simple. It's real easy. It's not rocket science. We take inbound calls, right? We read a script. The script is very short. It's straight and to the point. And we help people. We help people complete offers. That's what we do. So if you are looking for a job, if you know someone that is looking for a job, if you're looking to supplement, maybe you really do love your job, and that's fine. I know plenty of people that way that really love their job. But if you're looking to supplement your income, definitely reach out to me again, Donyetta Green, and you can email me at success with Donyetta, D as in David, Onyetta @gmail.com. Or you can give me a call at 866-937-4106, and I'll leave my link, my telephone number, and email address down at the bottom of the video. All right, so hopefully this answered a lot of the questions that people are having in reference to DMT Daily Money Team, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful evening.